Hello, my name is John Cummings, and this is another segment of Inside Westwood. And with me today is the Assistant Director of the Westwood DPW and the Operations Manager. He's also the recycle guru, and so we're here to find all about recycling because we don't know enough.
How you
Brendan,
doing, John?
thank you very much for coming down.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
I was researching how to recycle because I wasn't quite sure, and so I went back to the Westwood Wire to find out, and then I said, well, if I don't know, a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
So we contacted Todd, who put us on to you.
So recycling, unfortunately, has kind of hit a bit of a lull. A lull when I say we're in a bit of a crisis. So recycling has hit a point where our recycling materials are contaminated. It's causing issues at the plants.
When you say contaminated,
So contaminated.
from a sailor's point of view, contaminated means water and oil mixed, and that's bad.
Contaminated on this purpose is materials that people may perceive can be recycled, which cannot. So at the plant, these products, like trash bags, is the biggest contaminant that they see at the plant. These products cause issues in the recycling process, whether it's in the machines or actual workers having to spend time to get that material out of the processing
When you
stream.
say trash bags, do you mean any plastic bags?
Any plastic bag. The most
So
common one is the one you get at Shaw's or any
The
local
grocery store fills it up
store.
and you bring it home.
Correct.
That's not recyclable.
It's not recyclable.
And if you put that in there, you contaminate the load.
Correct.
The Boston Globe plastic keeps the rain off, that plastic bag.
Contaminated, so throw it out. It should be
Throw
in
it
the
out.
trash stream. Yep.
Any kind of, even without the presence from the dogs in there?
All those, throw them out. When in doubt, throw it out is what we always say.
Throw it
At this
out.
point, the national average is typically around 25% contamination rate. Our community just completed an audit with waste management, and we're about a 15% contamination rate, which is pretty good if you look at the other surrounding towns.
So at 15%, that means they send back 15%, or?
So the products that they are unable to recycle and they process out, they do have a daily turnout that they end up sending back to an incinerator or a landfill, wherever their contract is to remove that trash.
And they charge the town back for that?
We've just renegotiated with Waste Management. Every town is seeing some increased charges due to this issue with recycling. So we just completed that with Waste Management. We've kind of done a pretty good job of containing it and protecting the town with respect to where we're at contamination rate, and we've made sure that we're not going to exceed that 15% contamination rate with our charges.
Because I know people are trying. I know that I'm trying. My whole family tries, and my wife sends me out there with the boxes for days on end to break down and put away.
And it's a large effort. To be honest with you, the biggest thing is education. Education, education. So we've done a pretty good job of trying to stay ahead of this. We try to have recycling events where we're pumping out the information. There's a mass universal recycling list that people can find through our website. We also just signed on to a new program that every resident has the opportunity to go onto our website. It's a new app that everyone can download on their smartphone. It's called Recycle Coach.
Okay, we'll put that on the app. It'll be on the show.
Perfect. So at that app, you have the opportunity to sign up for any alerts that we have, for any delays in trash and recycling, if we have weather delays. But you'll also be able to sign up and figure out, well, can this item go in my trash, or should this be recycled?
The pizza box.
The pizza box. The pizza box that you can put,
Thick box, thin box.
as long as it's clean, you can break it down and put it in the recycling. If it's contaminated at all, meaning it's dirty, it's got food waste on it, that should go in the trash.
All right, so after you shake out all the crumbs, if there's that big stain of oil in the bottom of the box,
I always say, when in doubt, throw it out.
so if it's contaminated by oil, it's got to go out.
Yes.
All right.
I always say, when in doubt, throw it out, because at the plant, if it's contaminated, it's wet, a lot of problems are created with cardboard when they get wet. People leave their lids open before their service day comes, and it's raining. That cardboard is now contaminated and it causes an issue at the plant. So that's another thing that we want to encourage our residents to make sure that the recycling and trash is at capacity and the lids aren't open.
The lids for the
carts.
Okay, for
Yep.
the big green boxes. All right.
Correct.
And what are the biggest culprits of the contamination for recycling?
The biggest culprits are honestly the trash, not the trash bags, the plastic bags
Plastic
that you would
bags.
get at your grocery stores. To believe it or not, myself and the director, Todd Corchin, were included in the audit process, and some of the items that we saw, they were pretty pretty amazing, to be honest with you. Everything from your everyday trash, paint cans, plant boxers.
Those are hazardous waste.
They are.
Right?
They
See?
are. So
I was paying
people,
attention.
people just need to be a little more upfront with the materials that they're putting in there, and education is just going to go a long way. So
Okay.
we're just trying to pump this, make sure that people know the do's and don'ts of recycling.
What about some things, before we get the app, and you should all get the app, and so you don't have to guess, but like the plastic bags that have like not a plastic bag, but that'll have a little recycle symbol on it. Does that mean you can recycle it, or?
If there is a recycle symbol on it, typically I would say it's safe to recycle it. I would just stick to the when in doubt, throw it out, but at the same time, they're getting back to the basics of clear plastic bottles, cans, any paper, any cardboard. The items that you would typically think would be recyclable, those are the items that they want to see in clean processing recycling.
And so like on a tuna can, do you need to rinse it out, or do you have to wash it out, or?
Yeah, for those type items, you always need to rinse those out and clean them out.
Clean them out.
They're actually
Do you have to
getting-
take the paper off it?
No.
Okay.
Nope, you don't have to take the paper off it. Those type items, though, some food and beverage cartons, they're not wanting to accept anymore.
Oh, really?
So that's one of the
And
biggest
that'll be on
changes.
the app?
Yep, that'll be on the app as well. That's one of the biggest changes. That some, because of the residual food that's left on these products, does break down and is not acceptable at the plant.
Okay. So, I mean, I've watched people actually take things out of their dishwasher that they're going to recycle,
Yep,
which seems to me is a waste of water, which is another natural resource.
right.
If all they have to do is just rinse it out. But then they'll throw in all the plastic bags from the grocery store
Right.
because they thought it was recycling. But they
Right.
just, right. So it's important to make sure you do it the right way.
It is important to do it the way, because in the long run, if this continues, it's going to cost the town a lot more money. And every community is experiencing this. Every community is renegotiating their contracts based on kind of where we're at with China not buying these products anymore. So it's an issue. It's a problem. We're trying to spearhead it, be ahead of it. That's why we want to encourage residents to download the app, make sure they know what they're doing with the materials, and if there's any questions, you can always call our office or get any information on the website.
I think more people are trying to be green versus trying to save the town money.
They are.
So they really want to do the right thing.
They do.
And this
They
is an
do.
opportunity.
And I can't neglect the fact that at our 15% contamination rate, that is a really good percentage comparative to some of the other communities. So we are doing a great job, but I think we always strive to be better.
Right. Why waste it all?
That's right.
Well, thank you very much for coming down, and we'll make
Appreciate
sure
it.
we put that link on there.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you.